I said the bank is a separate legal entity, Quantum Net is a separate legal entity, and therefore, unless you have agreements,
Yes.
unless you have an agreement, you cannot just walk in and grab Quantum Net's property or cars or buildings like that and say, we gave you $122 million and therefore we're tying this to that. It doesn't work like that.
Yes, Council, that is why I asked the question.
Yes.
If they have any agreement to show that these are the collaterals that Quantum has, that is what the Council is asking.
Okay.
You understand? You know, you have told the Commission that Quantum has collateral.
Sure, they
so
have
what he is asking you is to provide agreement or the assets that can guarantee this particular transaction.
No, that's
Should
not a
in
problem.
case it has failed or it failed, you have recourse to deal with those assets to recover your money.
That's not a problem.
Mr. Jallow? Yes. Mr. Jallow, are you aware of any collateral that the bank has with Quantum in the event this financing fails?
Any collateral
And please sit properly and speak to the microphone.
that Quantum has with the bank.
Yes.
In case
This financing fails?
it's not specific to this, but I am aware that Quantum had some collaterals deposited with the bank in case of they need any kind of financing, especially with security, that is indirect and direct financing.
You have seen an agreement of that nature?
Yeah, we had what we call memorandum of deposit.
You have a memorandum of deposit
Exactly. All the collaterals they deposited with the bank, there's a memorandum of deposit.
for a general collateral? Is it
Yes.
a general collateral?
Yes, general.
You said it's not specific to this agreement.
Pardon?
Did you not say it was specific to this agreement?
For the sufficiency, we have to look at what we call the valuation report.
Was it done? Was a valuation report available?
No, that I have to confirm.
No, I mean, you were present when this facility was given.
Pardon?
You were around when this facility was given.
Yes, I was still working with the bank.
Yes, so now I ask you whether it exists.
No, I will not be, how to call it, au fait to that.
Why?
Yeah, because I'm not in the credit.
Samba Faye testified before this commission.
Yes.
You are aware that KMC first applied for a facility for finance of these trucks?
No.
Let me read you what Samba Faye said in the statement of 12th of May 2023 and the evidence that he gave in this commission. You know Samba Faye.
Very well.
You know he was the credit officer for KMC?
Not credit officer, relationship manager.
Relationship money officer, yes. He says, in respect of the Malin project, it came when KMC wanted to close their accounts with AGIB. Then an agreement was made between the two parties. KMC wanted all the 19 wards to apply for the loans to purchase the trucks. But we realized that the wards cannot apply for loans. My responsibility as a relationship manager was only to process the CAM, the Credit Analysis Memorandum. That entails all the terms and conditions of the project, including the dynamic and terms of payments and the likes. The processed credit analysis memorandum was later sent to my boss, Hussein Jallow.
You said it was?
Was sent to my boss, Hussein Jallow, head of business development, for review and onward submission to the credit committee, which includes all heads of departments who will sit over the decision-making process.
That is news to me.
That cannot be news to you,
That
Mr.
is
Jallow.
news to me.
This cannot be news to you.
I am very aware of this transaction. I'm
Yes,
telling you,
this cannot be news to you,
that
Mr.
is
Jallow.
news to me.
The idea that KMC foresaw a facility cannot be news to you. It may be news to the MD, not to you.
It's a news to me.
It's fine, let me further read. In this case, as far as I know, all the credit committee declined the proposal because it is said not to be very viable business for the bank. But to my surprise, despite the disapproval from the said committee, the exact amount of 19 million was disbursed. So this is the issue. But you know that you will have to analyze the bank would reasonably analyze every credit application facility, correct?
That is if you are dealing with an institution. For instance, if AGIB was given a facility to, let's say, KMC, that is the due process. But in this case, what you just mentioned about what Samba said in this commission, not to my knowledge. And after hearing that, and when I appeared, I went back to the KMC file. Because the ideal thing is, if an institution requests for a facility to the bank, if it goes through the due process until it's reviewed and even up to the end of up to the management credit committee,
Yes.
a decline letter is written back to the institution to say, sorry, we cannot avail of this facility because A, B, and C, which I haven't seen. And I've not sat in any management credit committee. I've been a member of the management credit committee, if I'm not mistaken, since 2016. But KMC request file to the management credit committee, no, never.
We do not say that you are part of the credit committee.
Pardon?
The language of Mr. Fai is very clear, that you are Mr. Fai's boss. Is that a fact or is?
No, I was his immediate supervisor.
Thank you very much. And so by virtue of your supervisory role, his testimony is he analyzed, he drafted the document and handed you over and for onward transmission.
Not to my knowledge.
That's okay?
Maybe let me explain so that you understand. Sometimes customers walk into the bank because they are relationship managers. They are the first to receive the application even without us seeing it at some point, sometimes. So they can do their analysis or whatsoever, but it has come to me for further submission. It doesn't work like that. Usually it goes to credit. Credit do their appraisal and so forth, and we are called for a management credit committee to review.
Was this loan reviewed by credit?
No, not to my knowledge. It doesn't reach credit level.
It was never reviewed?
Because if it reached credit level, usually we are called for management credit committee.
You're part of the committee?
Yes, I'm part of the
Did you review the loan given to Quantum?
No, it was not a loan. This is a partnership agreement.
It's still a credit facility.
No, it's not a loan. It's totally different.
It's still a credit facility. What are you talking about, my friend?
It's not. It's a joint venture. AGIB as an Islamic bank, that's why we are different from the other conventional bank. We share risks together and invest and share profit. So this is what AGIB have done because—
That is not the question. You see, don't try to deviate. That is not the question. Do you understand that? A joint venture or a partnership is not entirely by itself binding. This agreement, this loan, was it mentioned in the joint venture? It's a specific issue with its own dynamics, its own terms of and conditions. The bank would not invest blindly. The joint venture never mentioned $122 million. You and I know that. The joint venture is just a general agreement to guide you to have an understanding that you will be able to be in the position to finance. Does that mean you will not assess the financing?
As an Islamic bank, every request has its own dynamics. That's why we don't do one cap fits all. It depends on who the customer is and how we handle you.
Thank you. Now you're coming. Now who is the customer here? It's Quantum.
It is a joint venture that AGIB has an interest as—
I'm not asking you that. Now we know you have said it depends on who the customer is. Why? So now who is the customer here?
Well, it depends on your perspective.
I'm asking you the question. Who is the customer here?
I'm not seeing Quantum I'm seeing Quantum as a partner.
So Quantum, why is it special?
Why is it?
Why is it special? Why is Quantum special?
No, because it's a partner.
It's a partner.
We have an MOU and it's a partner.
An MOU is not a binding agreement as a general rule. My friend, if you don't know this, then you should ask. An MOU is merely an understanding that you are willing to engage into a form of to have an agreement to perform a certain task. The MOU did not mention $122 million plus. Did it?
In a conventional
Did
bank—
the MOU mention $122 million?
No.
Did the MOU mention the terms and conditions of this particular 19 world trucks?
No. I just want to be also clear.
Did the MOU have terms and conditions that will address this financing?
No.
So what is your point?
My point is, we are quietly different from other conventional banks.
I know that.
For them, it's between the customer and the bank. We have gone beyond between being a customer and a bank. we can deal with partners. We partner with institutions or individuals and do joint investment.
And so because you can do that, there is no need for an agreement. Because you can do that, there is no need for credit analysis. And because you can do that, you can just blindly take 120 million and just give it to a person that you have, or a company that you have an agreement with, without doing any further due diligence. Is that what you are saying?
Never.
Good. Mr. Jallow, you see, what is standard is just standard and basic. Do you understand that? So, no matter what you say, you cannot justify that there was due diligence done. And if I had asked you the question, and I will ask you, do you think there was due diligence done in the financing? What would your answer be?
Yes, as per the time, I believe due diligence.
And what was the due diligence was done?
The due diligence done was as per the request from Quantum.
Right.
This was tabled by the then MD.
Right.
Who even took it to board level.
Tabled where?
Pardon?
Tabled as in at the board or at the credit committee?
No, he has the prerogative to invite either the head of credit.
Tell us where it was tabled.
No. I cannot just say A, B, and C.
So you don't know?
That's what I'm saying.
So please tell us something you know, which when you ask a further question, you can back.
What I'm saying, as per the documentation,
Right.
what I've seen is the head of, is the managing director then communicating with the head of credit, because all requests is when he have any doubtful issues or so forth, he liaises with the head of credit, and that's where they even look at the liquidity issues, that whether the bank have enough funds to be able to finance such things or not. Then the head of treasury also is involved into such perspective. These are the key people.
The credit committee, did it sit over this? You said no. Your answer was no.
No.
Is that not the case?
No. Yeah.
But you still believe there was due diligence done for $122 million? Would you have recommended that the credit committee sit over this and discuss it?
Well, that depends on the head of the institution.
It does not depend on that. It depends on your professionalism and what you know by virtue of working in the banking committee for so long.
The process flow is, if a request comes through a relationship manager, the relationship manager, after doing, preparing the CAM, what we call memorandum of, the CAM.
Credit analysis memorandum. Credit analysis memorandum.
That's
yes.
the CAM, or the FAM as in Islamic banking, facility assessment management. Then it goes to credit. Then credit will do their own credit write-up.
Did this pass through that?
Pardon?
Did this loan pass through that, all these processes?
No, that's what I'm saying, because it's a partnership. From what I understand, it didn't go through that.
And so do you think that the partnership was sufficient enough to cater for terms and conditions that are not stated in the partnership?
To me, I would say it was at the discretion of the...
I don't ask you who has the discretion. That is not the question.
What is the question?
Do you think that based on the procedure you have outlined right now, do you think that to rely heavily on the paper partnership that did not cater for the terms and conditions of this agreement, would that be sufficient?
No, as far as you are saying what I think, I'm trying to look at what is right. Not what I think.
Answer the question. How I ask you my questions, you don't dictate that. Just answer the question.
Yeah, because here you're saying what I think. I'm looking at...
You see, I don't want to tell you what is expected of you, Mr. Jallow.
Okay.
When I ask you about your opinion, I ask about your expert opinion. You are not an ordinary guy who sits here. You are not any other Mr. Jallow who has no knowledge in banking. So your opinion, the commission would expect, is premised on your professionalism.
Of course.
And your experience.
Of course.
So don't ask me that question again. So when I say what you think, I want to solicit your professional opinion.
Sorry, your max is missing the last part.
When I say I want to hear your opinion, we are referring to your professional opinion as a banker.
Okay.
Not your private opinion, what you think, independent from the banking rules. So again, did this pass through due diligence process? If you say yes, you'll have to justify it.
No, you know, if you said it passed due
diligence. Did it pass, was due diligence done in this facility?
To me, from what I know, yes, it has gone.
And what was the due diligence that was done?
The due diligence that was done, as I understand, it has gone through the MD. The MD later on contacted the people who think they are relevant to decision, and then it has gone even to the board level, and they got a board resolution to go ahead with this financing.
So that was
Because the
sufficient.
board also had what we call, just for information's sake, they had what we call a board credit committee.
Now,
there are certain amounts
let me
that goes
ask
to
you-
board credit committee.
And they have sat over this.
Pardon?
And they have sat over this.
That I'm not certain because I don't sit.
Can
on
you
the board.
please
I
tell
don't
us
have
what you are
minutes.
setting off?
Yes, so that's why I stopped there.
Yes. Please tell us what you are setting off. Now, let me ask you, did the MD take a unilateral decision regarding this credit?
When we say unilateral decision, maybe if I understand,
One
very well,
person.
means one person.
Making decision.
No,
How many people took this decision?
I'm sure the head of credit was contacted, and then the head of.
I'm sure, are you speculating or
I'm
you
not
are saying
speculating.
as a matter of fact?
No, that's what I'm saying. As a matter of fact,
The head of credit, who's the head of credit at the time?
Biden, if I'm not mistaken, it should be Ibrahim Job.
Ibrahim Job.
Yes,
Where is Ibrahim Job?
he is now working with the central bank.
Central Bank.
Yes, sir.
He was the head of credit at the time.
Yes, sir.
So he was contacted.
Yes.
And what was his opinion?
No, I don't know.
You don't know.
So,
Now, another question is, I will ask you what I asked the MD, and we will probably stop there until we come back. What I want to know is the application for the financing says that you had spent as a bank $122,259,068.35 per, and your expected profit is $13 million. Should the financing fail from the side of Quantum and KMC, how will the bank fall back on to recover this investment?
The options varies. One,
You have options.
yes.
Number one,
I just wanted to start from our previous discussion. We had what we call primary and secondary source of repayment, that we were looking at the repayments to come from the wards from what they are collecting. Then number two, the other secondary source of repayment was the council itself, who has taken responsibility that they will also step in. And because it's an asset financing, worst case, when it comes to vehicle financing, if the customer defaults, usually the bank have a responsibility to impound
the
vehicles.
vehicle and sell it.
Exactly.
So these are the three that you know.
And then the final one is the collaterals that we had.
How many collaterals?
That I have to confirm.
Is it attributed to or specific?
No, it's
to
not
this
specific on the
So let's leave that out.
Yeah, that's not
So let's leave that out. So three things to fall back on
Yes, sir.
is, did you assess those sources of income to see whether you will realistically gain your investment or recover your investment? Those three. The first is the 19 wards. Very clear that the 19 wards could not finance this. That was clear from the word go. Is that not the case? Do you agree with that?
Sometimes, council, especially, I don't want to say, and then you say I'm assuming and so forth, but based on engagements, I know they looked at
Engagements between
KMC,
And?
you know, KMC, AGIB, Quantum, you know, they were usually those tripartite series of meetings happening.
between KMC
Yes,
and
yes.
AGIB
Yeah.
and Quantum.
Quantum,
Why
yeah.
would you engage KMC in a meeting if your business is only with Quantum?
Not AGIB organizing it. It's
No, the organizer does not matter.
Okay.
The evidence we have from the MD and the evidence, the picture you were trying to paint, both of you, in the beginning, is the bank is only interested in this relationship with Quantum. So you should not engage KMC. But you can proceed.
Okay. Yeah, just to help, you remember I even mentioned here during my testimony
Right.
that at the time, Quantum gave authority to our late MD
Which was after the fact.
after.
After the financing with.
Oh, yes.
Yes, after the fact.
Obviously, yeah. That was after the financing
Right.
when the arrangements were done. Yeah, after the
And
financing.
Quantum gave an authority to the bank for the bank to follow KMC
Exactly,
for
yeah.
the money.
Exactly.
You see, why was that necessary? Which means you could not get your money from Quantum.
Well, depending on, because remember.
It doesn't depend on anything, my friend.
Remember KMC, their accounts are domiciled with the bank.
Right.
And we are also a partner, and then being a partner, we are a very active partner in this joint venture.
Why will you follow KMC to pay the monies you have financed when you did not do your due diligence in the first place with QuantumNet? Now you see why I said you should have done due diligence as a bank? Do you now agree?
No, you know,
Mr. Jallow, be honorable. Some of these things are clear.
no, I am very honorable.
Some of these things are very, see, listen to me. Some of the things that I do not understand and I can never understand is when professionals cannot say the truth because of one reason or the other. That I don't understand. For someone who is not a professional, I give you a pass. You may not understand the importance. People are listening to you. You are supposed to be a professional. This has nothing to do with you trying to indict anyone or trying to paint anyone in the bad light. This is about your professionalism, your education, your experience. You have so many bankers that are listening to you.
No,
And there are things that are basic.
you know,
Even the lay person who is not a banker would not do such. You don't have an easy way out.
You know, when you say due diligence, it depends on what are you looking at and to consider to be due diligence.
The bank
But I'm telling
had to
you, as a
go
bank-
to Quantum to get an authorization to follow KMC for their money. Is that a fact?
No.
That's not a fact. So what were you saying then? Did the bank give you authority?
What I'm saying
Did
is,
the bank give you, did the ESPAS give you authority?
yes,
To do what?
ESPAS give authority to the late MD
Right.
and Sama Hamafai
Right.
to be going to KMC and then make follow-up on
Follow
their
up of
behalf.
what?
Yeah, for the repayments.
That's what I said.
Because there's a process, as I said, there's secondary and
But Mr. Jallow, that's what I said.
primary and secondary source of repayment.
But Mr. Jallow, what you are saying now and what I said earlier, what is the difference? That's what I said. Maybe the way I said it would not be nice enough, but the bank had to go to Quantum for Quantum to give them authority to go to KMC and get their money. Is that a fact? Is that a fact?
No, but if you say go, it's like an act. What I'm saying, this was an authority given to us.
do
You
what?
can be given an authority without you moving or acting. But if you say we go, it's like we went to appeal to Quantum that we need this authority so that we follow.
Now, let me rephrase it. The words here don't matter. The words here do not matter. It is substance. AGIB Bank was given authority
Yes, sir.
by Quantum
Quantum. Yes, sir.
to follow up with the monies that KMC had to pay.
Exactly.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, but who did you give a facility to? KMC or AGIB? Or Quantum?
Quantum. the
Why did you not
joint
follow
partnership. Pardon?
Why did you not follow Quantum for the payment, for the repayments?
No, we were together in this. It's a joint venture. It's an investment.
So the joint venture mentioned specifically that you can be given authority to go after the third party because KMC is a third party. Is that not the case? They are not in a tripartite agreement with you.
Yes,
They are
yeah.
third party who has a relationship with Quantum. They never had a relationship with you.
They have an agreement with Quantum.
Yes, not you people. Do you understand that? And now the issue is, so the reason why you went to Quantum is because it was proven difficult to get your funds, your investment, correct?
Yeah, I can say at the initial point,
Is it a yes? Is it a yes or a no?
go back to your question
The
again.
reason why you had to go to Quantum to get that authorization
Yes.
is because it was a bit difficult to get your investment.
If you say difficult, that's what I'm saying. The funds were not coming as we expect.
That is difficult.
Yes.
That is difficult. That's not
yes.
normal.
Yes.
So what is not normal is abnormal. If you were having your funds in a normal way, would you have gone to Quantum to have the authorization to go after KMC?
That would not have been necessary.
Exactly. That is the issue. I hope your MD is following because she was not realistically present at the time. So that would not have been necessary.
No.
Good. So would you now think, right now, on hindsight, knowing what you know, what had happened, and the struggle you had to go through to recover your investment from KMC, would you not have been prudent enough to do an assessment, a credit assessment, to know exactly how you would have recovered your money? Not after the fact. It has to be before disbursement of the funds, not after disbursing the funds. Correct?
Yeah, usually credit, in normal circumstances, you have to do it. The appraisal has to be done before disbursement.
Exactly. So you would have advised that based on the experience of trying to follow or get your investment after. Correct? You would have advised that.
Of course.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think unless there are questions, we would give you another date, the two of you, once you produce that memorandum, and we'll take it up from there.
Sorry, Council, for the memorandum, I'm not sure whether you give us permission. I just wanted to look at what is in the file, whether that one is readable from where we copied this.
Yes,
if
Madam
that is
Chair,
okay.
we apply for the witness to be given permission to do that.
Just to look at this.
Mr. Jallow, if you have the original here, we could have it copied and give you back the original.
Sorry,
Yes.
this is also a copy, unless I guess it should be with Quantum.
Okay.
Yeah, this is also a copy. That's why it wasn't very clear. So that's why I wanted to look whether this one is better off, because it has been copied several times.
No, we can allow you to have the copy, and then you could get a clearer copy from Quantum.
Okay, 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 ma'am.
Madam Chair, yes, I believe we will go by your earlier statement that we allow them to produce the original copy or or very legible copy.
Okay, noted.
Madam Jawara and Mr. Jallow, thank you so much for coming. We will await to have the copy, and we will let you know when to come back. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Sorry, ma, who shall we submit the copy? Maybe if you have it, even tomorrow also.
Submit to the registrar.
Okay, thank you,
Yes,
ma'am. Thank you.
yes. Thank you so much.
Is that all? Chair, I believe that's all. We have Nyema Kamara, but that piece of document we can, I can instruct the registrar to receive it. Yes. Then if there's the need to, she needs to submit a document. I believe the registrar can deal with her if there's a need to.
If I could remember, it was for authentication of the list of properties for KMC.
Yes, yes. Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. So we may rise. We may not come back in the afternoon because, sorry. But let us just, since the witness is here, let us just admit the document.
Thank you.
Now.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Madam Witness. Welcome back, Madam Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. May I remind you that you are still on the oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Over to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Madam Kamara.
Good afternoon.
You are welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes. Please, Mr. Bojan, can you please collect the document?
This is the list of the KMC properties.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is the only document you have.
Yes.
We apply to tender a document with the heading List of KMC Properties. It is duly authorized into evidence as an exhibit.
The list of KMC properties is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/NC/KMC/004.
As the Commission places. I believe that will be all for the witness. If we need her, we will call her unless there are questions from the commissioners.
Okay.
Madam Kamara, thank you so much.
Okay,
You understand, you are discharged.
thank you, ma.
Thank you so much. Are we coming back after the lunch break?
No, that's the last witness we have for the day.
For the day.
Good.
Thank you. So we may rise, and we will be back on Monday.